and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about my recent trip to Iceland, and I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks on how to get the most out of your Icelandic experience for cheap. Iceland has been a very popular tourist destination recently because of its cheap flight. I would highly recommend going to Iceland. It is so beautiful, so insanely beautiful. I should really just start a counter on how many times I say beautiful in this video, but beautiful doesn't even do Iceland its due diligence. Like, it is just so amazing. Views are something I've never seen before. The best part of Iceland is that you can actually drive somewhere, and that after driving for 5 minutes, it'll be a completely different landscape. Like, it's just amazing, but equally as beautiful. The first day in Iceland, I went straight from the airport to the Blue Lagoon. For those of you who don't know what the Blue Lagoon is, it's like this huge geothermal spa. It's heated by a volcano, so it makes it like a giant hot tub, and the silica in the water makes it look blue, hence the name the Blue Lagoon. Once we were there, our tickets for the Blue Lagoon itself was about $160 Canadian each, and with that you got a drink, and you also got a silica face mask, which is really nice, and then you obviously got a towel, and they actually have a really cool system at the Blue Lagoon where you can get like this little bracelet and you can tap it on your locker. Once we were there, it was really awesome. We spent a couple hours there. A little tip for the Blue Lagoon, if you have longer hair, you actually should be putting conditioner in it. I was under the impression that, you know, I could just leave my hair or wear it up, but actually the steam from the Blue Lagoon will like dry out your hair, so it's best if you use their conditioner. They have conditioner there, or you can bring your own. The next 2 days we rented a car. Now, if you're in Iceland, you absolutely have to rent a car. It is a must. It's nice to do things with tour companies where you can go and see, you know, different things in Iceland, but with a car you really have that personal freedom to just go about whenever you want, and that was just really amazing. And honestly, just driving in Iceland is so beautiful that like you don't even need to be going somewhere. You can just pull over on the side of the road and you will see so much beautifulness. It is just beautiful. Have I said that before? A little tip for if you do decide to rent a car, it's really great because you can just like pack your lunch. Zach and I went grocery shopping, and then we packed our lunch every day, so then we were out on the road, we had a bunch of snacks, and we didn't have to pay or stop anywhere to get our lunch, which is super helpful. And honestly, what's more nice than having a little picnic lunch while at a beautiful waterfall? Now, the first day we went to Seljalandsfoss. I'll put the name on it on the screen. Because I'm going to butcher all these Icelandic names. Basically, it's just a beautiful waterfall. It's about 40 minutes from Reykjavik, from where we were. Honestly, so picturesque, so beautiful. And then when you go there, you actually have to pay 700 Icelandic dollars to park. This nice lady came through for us, and she actually gave us her ticket, so you want to be nice to someone else, maybe give them your ticket. But normally it's 700 Icelandic dollars, not that expensive at all. Once you're there, you can actually like walk up to the waterfall. This is the waterfall that you can actually walk behind, which is super cool. Be prepared to get a little wet. As you can see, I do not have a straightener that works with European plugs, so hair was au natural, hair was wet. The next place we went was Vik, to the city of Vik. It was about 40-50 minutes away from the waterfall that we were at before, and this is where the black sand beaches were. Honestly, it was not good weather that day, so I'm pretty sure we saw like maybe like 1 or 2 other people on the black sand beach when we were there. whatever, it was nicer for us. We just kind of went out and walked the beach for a little bit and explored. A little tip for people who have never been to Iceland before, do not wade in the water. It's super dangerous. Water in Iceland isn't like water in Canada or other places. Iceland's its own game, okay? Because you could literally stand and wade in the water in Iceland and 2 seconds later you could be completely washed away and gone. It's not like a normal beach, so do not stand in the water. Look at the water from the safety of the beach, all right? The next day we went to the highest flowing hot spring in Europe. It's called Deal Dart. I wrote it down. Deal Dartangur. It was about an hour and a half away from our Airbnb in Reykjavik, and it was really nice. It was super cold out that day, so it was nice that the hot spring was like nice and moist air off of it. There was so many different like hot springs in the area. Really cool to look at. I don't have hot springs around where I live, so seeing any hot spring I was like, wow, cool. We also, super hype moment, we met a dog. We met a dog when we were at this hot spring, and it was super cute, and it was just like chilling around the area where people park their cars. Parking was free there, by the way. So yeah, if you ever go there, let me know if you see this dog. I don't know if it was the owner. There was like a spa kind of near this hot spring. So I don't know if it was they own the dog. We didn't know who owned this dog. We were about to kidnap him. It was so cute. The next place we went was Hraunfossar. Hraunfossar. You have to say it confidently. It makes it sound like you're not butchering it as much as you are. This place was really cool, so beautiful. It was just basically like a bunch of waterfalls, and they had bridges and they had little lookout points. So we stayed there for a while, and we were just taking photos and just soaking it all in. Water there was so beautiful, blue, amazing. It was really nice. A lot of waterfalls, great place to see. And it was also free. So free parking, free to go see. The place that we rented our car was from Lagoon Car Rental. I'd recommend them. Nice and clean, friendly. They gave us a car that worked. So 2 thumbs up. The next day we did an excursion. This excursion started with ATVs, but it was also had the Golden Circle encompassed in it as well, and that's what we were really looking for. We were really keen on doing ATVs. We were really keen on seeing the things you see in the Golden Circle. So, let's start with the ATVs. ATVing was so amazing. This is my first time ATVing ever. I found out that I'm not that good at it. In my defense though, you have to have your G license to be able to drive in Iceland. You have to have it for 2 years, I think. And my boyfriend Zach just got his G, so he actually wasn't allowed to drive in Iceland, so I had to drive the whole time when we were doing our car rental. And so I felt bad that Zach didn't get to, you know, drive in Iceland. So I said, okay Zach, like you can be the first to drive the ATVs. So Zach then was driving first, I was on the back, and he started off obviously like on the road, and then we actually just ATV'd up a hill. And so Zach started off learning, because it was his first time driving like an ATV this big, and so he started off driving on the nice pavement, on the nice paved road, and then once we got into the hill it was a little bumpier, right? So once we got to the top of the hill, we had some time to look out, take some photos. Obviously, so amazing, so beautiful to see. And then we got back on the ATV and it was my turn to go. So here I am, never driven an ATV before. I get in this ATV and I'm going downhill and it's bumpy. It was very choppy when I was going down the hill, and so wasn't that good at it. And by the time we got back down to almost flat ground, I was getting a little too confident. So I actually just took one of the turns like a little too fast. And ATVs are really easy to flip, something I didn't know, but one of the wheels actually just came up on the edge of our ATV. The guy behind us told us that. And so you know, that's my near-death experience in Iceland. It's super traumatic. But no, it was so amazing. All jokes aside, ATVing was so much fun, so thrilling, and obviously to do it in Iceland for the first time was really great. I would definitely go ATVing again. I need some practice, but it was really great. The next thing we did, obviously with that tour company, is we did our Golden Circle tour. It's basically like the OG tour if you're gonna go to Iceland. This is what like you have to see. This is like their main points, their main tour. All different tour companies have variations of it, but it's the same, like the Golden Circle. So our tour actually started off at Pangvillar National Park. You see, it has what looks to me like a P, but it's like a special P. Anyway, this park was really cool. It's actually in between two tectonic plates. Amazing views. We actually got to like walk through it for a bit. Obviously, again, this is a downside of being with a tour company because we only had a certain amount of time there, so we didn't get to go and fully explore the national park. Next, we went to Hahahaha. This place. We went here. When you're there, this is where you see like all the hot springs. There's like the geyser and like Stroker. Stroker is the one that like rises, blows up. It blows up every like 5 to 10 minutes. And I actually got it on footage with my GoPro. Got the tripod set up. I'm gonna get the geyser. Wow, I'm a videographer. It was really cool. You can walk around. There's a bunch of different like geysers. Be careful when you're going there. Obviously your tour guide would probably tell you this, but some of them are very hot. It's not just all like the Blue Lagoon, like a hot tub. Some of them can like burn you. So don't like go sticking your hand in there. The last place we went on our excursion that day was to Golfus. It's a really popular tourist destination and it's not hard to see why. It is very beautiful. I personally like the first waterfall we did a little more because I thought it was cool that you could go behind it, but this was really awesome too. That was our last stop of the day, so our tour bus took us right back to Reykjavik. Now let me talk about Reykjavik. Reykjavik was so cool. It had so much street art. It had all these cute little shops where you could walk down the street, and it also had an amazing church. I would definitely recommend going to see their church. It's called, wait for it, let me butcher this, Hallgrímskirkja. This church has a very long and beautiful tall tower, and so you can actually pay to go up into the tower. For those of you who are claustrophobic, be wary because they just have an elevator to get up there. The elevator is super tight. But once you're up there, the views are worth it. The views of Reykjavik, you can just see everything and it's really awesome, and that definitely has to be on your stop if you're in Reykjavik. A money-saving tip is to actually stay in an Airbnb. With a hotel, you won't have access to a full kitchen. With an Airbnb, we had access to a full kitchen, a full little sitting area, full everything, we even had a washer in our Airbnb. I'm gonna put the link down below to our Airbnb because our host was so amazing, so nice. A lot of Airbnbs are about the same price as a hotel, but you get a kitchen in them. So it was kind of a no-brainer for us. Bonus is the cheap grocery store. There was Bonus right down the street from our Airbnb. Our Airbnb was honestly just such a great location. Basically, it was just right next to a major hotel, and when we did our excursion that one day and when we were getting dropped off from the airport, you can actually put in, just drop you off at a hotel, and we just put and then we could just walk to our Airbnb. Like, it was so close, and then when we wanted to go back to the airport, we just walked to, and then the bus picked us up right from there. And what was really nice about our Airbnb host is obviously she knew this was our first time in Iceland. Right when we got off the bus, the bus pulled away and then she pulled up. Even though it was like walking distance to our Airbnb, she actually just drove us that like couple meters to our Airbnb so she could show us the parking space and how to like unlock the doors. Their locks are a little different than ours, and she was just super helpful, super welcoming. It was walking distance from the downtown square as well, so it was just, honestly, it was great. So my main tips summed up is, number one, to definitely stay in an Airbnb. It's cheaper and you can get a kitchen with that. Number two, grocery shop. grocery shop at Bonus. That's their cheap grocery store. Tip number 3 would be to bring friends. If I was to go back to Iceland, I would definitely bring some friends, split the cost of gas, split the cost of the car rental, and I would just book hotels around Iceland to get the most out of Iceland and see things on the other side, not just near Reykjavik. Tip number 4 is that you can actually drink from the tap in Iceland. Their water is so fresh, so don't even worry about buying bottled water. That'd be a waste of your money. You can just drink from the tap. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'd love if you considered subscribing to my channel. I'm a student traveler who makes videos about how to travel for cheap and how to get the most out of your experience. If you want to see photos from my trip, make sure you're following me on Instagram. My Instagram is RoamWithRach. It's the same as my YouTube handle. Next video will be on my trip to Ireland, and yeah. No. Mom, I need something cool to say, like when I'm leaving. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks again. And that's all, folks.